नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं हूं शुभम गर्ग एंड यू आर इन माय चैनल गर्ग गुरुकुल एंड टुडे वी विल डिस्कस about the upcoming Afcat exam. So we will have now the next Afcat exam of Afcat 1 2020 in approximately February end. Okay, and today we are going to discuss the most important topic, which I get a lot of messages on my WhatsApp number. So this is my WhatsApp number, by the way, 9380 647486. So if you have any doubts, you can WhatsApp me on this number. Okay. Now let's come to the most important part. So today we'll discuss about the book list, which books should be followed to clear the Afcat exam. Okay. Now Afcat exam has actually two exams. One is Afcat, one is EKT. Okay. This is for graduates, and this is for technical branch. So you should be an engineer to give this exam. Now, if you want a difference between what is the difference between Afcat and EKT, I already have a video right inside top here. You will find that video link and you can watch that video. So today we will discuss, how on this Afcat exam, what is the syllabus and what all books are required to clear this exam with very good marks. So total marks are 300. That means this Afcat exam is of 300 marks. If you give a correct answer plus 3 marks, and there's a negative marking of -1. Most probably the cutoff is approximately 50%. Approximately 50% of cutoff is there. That means approximately you should get 150, in between 150 to 160 marks. Okay, but to be on the safe side, you should aim for 200 or 210 something marks, like that. You should prepare with that 200 and 210 marks. Now let's come to the syllabus. Okay, so we have 4 sections in Afcat. So one is English, other is maths, third is GK, fourth is reasoning. But remember, there is no sectional cutoff. Okay, so these are sections, but officially, as per syllabus, these are sections, but these are not divided into sections. So you'll get like 1 to 100 questions only. Total there are 100 questions. So you will get like 1 to 20 English questions, then 21 it will start. It will not mention that okay, math section is starting from here, something like that. It will be only one paper, and there is no section cutoff also. So now let's see what is the types of study material we have. So if you see the types of study material to prepare from Afcat, right? So types of material, if I go, so there are 3 types of material: 1, 2, and 3. So this is called as common material. Okay, you have a common book. Okay, so we have a common book, which is the most popular book is of Aryan, and second book comes of is Disha publications, and I will take third as others. Okay, because these are the most common books, most popular books. Okay, I'll tell you, if you are going with this path, types of preparing from common book, then which book you should pick, or which you can avoid. Second thing is, you can go for syllabus, or I would say section wise, section wise books. So for one section you can have one book. So we have 4 sections, so we will be suggesting 4 books over here. Third is PDF notes. Okay, so I have myself cleared Afcat 5 times with very good marks, and I have PDF notes for whole syllabus, and the details I'll make a separate video on that. But today we'll discuss on these two, um, options. So let's go to the common books. Model common. Okay, so this is the latest right now. This is what we have from the Aryan publication. This is the latest book. Okay, so we'll have previous year question analysis, last year solved papers, theory. Some theory would be there. Okay, this would be one book, and second is the Disha publications. Now, if you ask me in between Aryan and Disha, okay, so which is the good book? Which is a good book? I would say go for Aryan. So this is most trusted, and as per syllabus also, I have seen this book. It's more related to Afcat. Apart from that, if you want to see review of these two books, you'll find it on the right hand side section. I have already made the review of this book. The only thing is, if you are going with this path, that one common book path you are going, so you know, still not full syllabus will be covered, okay, in from this book, because it just, these books give you a, some idea. Okay, so if you are a beginner, so then these books will not cover whole of syllabus. Okay, so you have to go on websites and see previous year question papers and find out, okay, what topics are not covered, and then you have to prepare it. Okay, so if you have that time, and if you want to do that, then you can go with this path, one common book, or else we have the second path. So second path is, subject wise books. Now subject wise books, we have four subjects, as I told you. So for English, you can go for objective general English. Okay, this is by Aryan publication, SP worksheet. Now in this also, this is a very lot of topics are there. Okay, but for this we have to select the topics from here, that we need particular topics. Okay, so as per Afcat, you have to sort it out. Okay, you don't need to read this book page to page, cover to cover, right? Not all the sections have to be read. You have to read as per topics what are asked in the Afcat. Same strategy is for reasoning. So for English, I would say this book is for English. Now let's come to reasoning. Okay, so for reasoning in Afcat, we get verb also, and we get non-verbal also. Okay, so we have to, here also lot of extra things would be there. You have to just take in the index what are type of questions are there. That is only what you have to study. If you get confused and if you get stuck, it will be a big problem, because this is a very fat book. There are a lot of topics covered in this book, so you should intelligently, smartly select only those topics, right? Now let's come to quantitative aptitude. This is also from S. Chand, and this very famous book, and I feel this is a very good book for Afcat and lower level exams. Lower level in the sense, I would say, bank exams, and where little bit of lower, by lower level I meant that the level of paper of maths is average. Okay, so from, if we have average level of maths, this book is a very good marks. This book is very good book, because it covers from beginning. Okay, so if you are a beginner also, you don't know how to solve a question from, like, from profit and loss, so it will tell you how to solve it, and then it will go to medium level questions. Then you will get medium level questions also, and few of the questions will be advanced level also, but that you can skip, because advanced level questions are not asked in FCAT. So beginning and medium level questions are the ones which you can refer from this. Here also you'll have a lot of chapters, a lot of content, so you have to cut it out. You have to see what all topics have to be covered, from this book, right? Now let's come to the GK. Now the most important part is GK of AFCAT, where people are, I would say, stuck. Okay, so here, now a lot of people, you know read from Lucent. Now Lucent is a good option. I would not say no to Lucent, but the only problem is Lucent is a very old book. Okay, now it has become very old. If you have a Lucent, you can go for it. But if you want to buy a book, I would suggest, there are two books of Aryan right now. One is this, one is this. It's just, the difference is only that little bit of, I would say, information is more in this book. This is a little bit thick book. We have more pages in this, and this a small book. Okay, so if you have to suggest, if I have to suggest in between these two books, go for this one. I would suggest, it would be just a little bit costly. I would say, I think 50 to 60 rupees. It's costly, but you'll get a lot of information extra, which is not present in this book. But if you have some knowledge on the GK side, you just want to revise and you want to cover a few topics, then you can go for this book. Not to go for this book. Apart from this also, GK is a ocean, right? So GK no one can cover from any one book. So GK is an ocean. So for GK, you have to rely on this book. You have to rely on some book, right? So you have to rely on one book, and for few topics, for few topics you have to see, okay, internet, or some notes, or some you have to make your own notes, or you have to see some videos on few topics which are not covered in this book, and how you'll come to know those few topics by seeing previous year questions. Okay, so on seeing previous year questions, you will see that okay, so this topic, for example, we have a topic of straits. Okay, so straits is like what else straits are there in the world. So they will give an question in the Afcat. Okay, so this strait is in between these two countries. So what will in which two countries this following strait lies? Okay, like that you'll get an question. So and if this is not there in this book, I'm not sure if it is there or not. I'm just giving an example. So if it is not there means you have to go, you have to make your own notes, just one A4 sheet, and you have to write down all the important states of the world, and you have to remember like that. So no book, no single book can cover the GK, of any exam, but this would be a good option to at least cover 75% to 80% of the GK option which we have. Right? Now let's come to the which is PDF notes. Okay, so I'll be releasing details about my PDF notes now. I'll just give you some introduction about my PDF notes. There will be a different video for PDF notes separately, but I'll just give you some introduction. So PDF notes, you get handwritten notes. Handwritten notes will be there, and some of them, like for example, maths and all, you will get questions, right? So practice questions you will get. So these would be the things. So and covers in GK, like I would say that book is covering at approximately 70 to 75% syllabus. My PDF notes will cover approximately 90 to 95% of syllabus. Okay, so that much I you can rely on my GK PDF notes. So these PDF notes will not be only for GK; it will be for all the syllabus. So we'll have English, maths also, and GK also, and reasoning also. So for reasoning, it needs practice. That's it. Maths also need practice. English, you need to a little bit remember things, okay? Because like idioms and phrases and all you have to remember, and GK is fully remembrance, okay? So because a lot of static GK is asked in Afcat. So last time I saw a lot of static GK is asked, and current affairs, I would say don't waste your time on current affairs, because these days, in the last Afcat 2021, I don't think there was a single question from current affairs, maybe one or two questions, but for just one question or two question, you can avoid that, because if you start reading current affairs, you have to cover at least minimum 6 to 7 months previous, 6 to 7 months current affairs just for one or two questions. So output ratio is not good. Okay, so input to output ratio, that means that how much effort you are giving into this reading 6 to 7 months, and output is just 3 marks, maximum 6 marks, right? So that is not good. Instead of that, just go for static GK and cover as much as possible. Most important topics for static GK. Now the last part is I've written it as most important book, and the most important book is previous year questions. Obviously, even if you have cleared the Afcat, or even if you have not cleared the Afcat, you should know that why you have not cleared. And I think one of the most common reason is people don't refer the previous year questions. They just see the syllabus, okay, and they like for example, just now I have told some books, right? So they will just go and buy those books, and they won't see the syllabus. They won't analyze themselves that okay, what all types of questions were asked in the previous year questions, previous year paper. So this is the most important book, I would say. Before buying any book for Afcat or any exam, you should always go for previous year question paper. So what we'll do is, right, previous year question paper will tell you, right? So for example, what type of questions are asked. Okay, so for types of questions. Okay, so for example, in always there is a question on vitamins. Okay, so vitamins, there is a one question, and second related to vitamins, like if there is a lack of that vitamin, okay, lack of that vitamin, then what disease occurs, like that. So a lot of times, I mean, most of the time there will be a question like this. So you should be very sure of this. Okay, that vitamin and lack of vitamins would be there, correct? So that will be there, correct? So that you have to, like that you will come to know from previous year question papers only. Okay, but if you just pick up a book of GK and you start reading vitamins, you will not be able to know what kind of type of questions are coming from vitamins, correct? So by looking at previous year question papers, you will come to know, okay, what this types of questions are coming. Correct. So, and now there are two books right now, what I could see on Amazon. So we have one from Disha and one from R. Gupta's this, previous year. So here, both of them covers question papers from 1 till 1 2021. They don't have 2021 question paper, but I would suggest go for this book, Disha. It's more reliable and uh, I mean solutions wise also. I feel this is more reliable. You'll get more correct answers. The only thing is here you will get 5 to 6 some practice papers, but that's fine. Practice papers we can see afterwards. But for previous year questions, I would suggest go for this particular book. Okay. So this was the video about the book list for Afcat 2021, most important book list. And let me know if you need any other video related to Afcat 2021, and I'll be bringing two videos actually. So one of them I'm thinking is like first one would be like, I'll tell you. So what I'm thinking right now. So this is my plan. So first of all, I would be bringing, so one video I'm thinking of like, Afcat strategy. Okay, so Afcat strategy video would be there. Okay, because a lot of people are, confused about Afcat strategy. So how to prepare for Afcat, that strategy would be there in that video. Second thing would be on Afcat versus EKT. There is already there is a video. Okay, so Afcat versus EKT. What is the difference between Afcat versus EKT? This video is already there, right? You will get it on my channel, right? So Afcat strategy is what I have in my plan. This is already there, and you tell me like what other video you want to see. Afcat, how much salary do you get after selecting as an officer? So that video is also there if you check on my channel related to Air Force. Afcat. So apart from that, I will be bringing some videos related to say defense, right? So a lot of people don't know a few terms in defense. Okay, so for example, what is our structure in defense? What are the headquarters present, right? So what are the headquarters we have uh, in Air Force or in Army? Where is Eastern Command? Where is Western Command? Okay, so these kind of questions would be these kinds of questions are asked also, and these are also important for SSB also. A lot of times in the personal interview they ask SSB questions. I mean these questions. So that kind of topics I will be bringing a lot of videos. So I just want you to help me in this. Like you can comment it out here, right? So what kind of videos do you want next, right? So that I can help you and I can devote time to instead of me thinking that what video to make, instead of that you tell me that. Okay, so it will be I think time saver and it will be beneficial for you also. So thank you so much. If you have liked the video, then please click on the like button and subscribe for Afcat preparation and other defense related exam preparation. We also cover CDS exam and SSB preparation and all the uniform preparation, right? So we have intelligence bureau and all the exams are there. So that all preparation, we do, for example, SSC, CGL and all. So all details you will get on my channel. So if you like the video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.